This is how you make this viral text effect that you see everywhere right now. Not only that, but you can also download the full project file alongside a ready to drag and drop MogArt file completely for free. More on this later on the tutorial, but for now, let's just learn how to do it. In After Effects, as you can see, this effect has this pulsating contrast to it. Let's just start by creating a new composition. I'm naming mine text. Now let's go ahead and add a new text layer and center it to the composition. And here's a pro tip for you. For the best result with this effect, use a bold font with all caps. I found this to work the best. Now I will zoom in to my text layer to see the effect. Now for our text layer, let's just add a glow effect. Threshold and intensity does not matter, keep it to your liking, but change the radius to something in the medium range. Now we'll go back to our text layer and add a drop shadow effect. Now the shadow color must be the same as our text layer unless you want a different kind of effect. And then we will adjust the distance and opacity to our liking, but make sure that the softness is at 0%. This is important. All right, next, let's add a noise effect. Again, adjust the settings to your liking, but make sure that you uncheck the colors from the noise type. That way you will not see the red and blue colors, it will just be black and white. And the beauty of the noise effect is that it already has some animation to it. So next step is done already. Now let me zoom out a bit. Now we can see that the effect is there, but it's missing some action. So let's go ahead and add a wiggle expression to it. Hit P on your keyboard to reveal your position. Then hit the stopwatch with Alt or Option, and then type in the following. Wiggle. Now our text is ready, we're almost there. Let's add the line now. Let's go ahead with the pen tool. Let me zoom in here to where I want the line to be, and then draw a nicely looking line. Make sure that the fill is off and control the stroke to your liking. Again, color and stroke size is up to you. Let's just zoom out here a bit. Now in our line shape layer, let's go to modes and change it to difference. This is changing the blending mode to something that can interact well with the text layer. And to be honest, this is actually just the effect that everyone is using. So yeah, you can see the effect a lot clearer now. This works with literally anything. And finally, this can be used on top of any background or footage. So let me just take the background from the project file here. Now in my text layer, I will also change its blending mode to difference. Extrusion works as well. And you can see what we're doing here, right? So these are the lines that are passing through. And this looks nice, but with footage, it looks even better. So let me just take the footage I have from the project file and drag it to my text comp. You can see the effect a lot clearer now. This works with literally everything. Now finally, for some extra spice, let's add an adjustment layer. And in the adjustment layer, let's just type in blinds in the effects panel. We're basically looking for the Venetian blinds effect. Now don't go too crazy with it, but let's just add around 20% of the blinds. And I'll also add some rotation to it. It's a little bit too harsh to my liking, so I'm just going to adjust the opacity a bit. Now let's add another wiggle expression. Hit P on your keyboard, Alt or Option, stopwatch, and then type in the expression in the adjustment layer. Now, as promised, I am also providing you with the MogArt file to drop and drag and use freely in Premiere. This MogArt is completely adjustable and it actually has a lot more settings than you see here. This is just the test version of it. Now in Premiere, go to your graphics templates and hit the frame with the plus sign and drop in your downloaded MogArt file. After you've imported your MogArt, I'll just favorite this one and let's just add it to the timeline. Then go to your properties menu to edit it. And by the way, if you don't see the property panel, just go to window and then properties. In this one now, you can control it to your liking. Let's just fix the scale real quick. It's a little bit too big. And by the way, I created this at 4K. So if you're using 1080p, go to 50%, 4K 100%, 8K 150%, and just go nuts with it. Now in your text control, you can change your text, color, and all the settings to your font. Really, again, sky is the limit. Now let me just type something that will misplace the line a little bit so I can show you what we can do with the line. Again, this is fully customizable. So let's fix up our line a little bit. You can already see how fully customizable this is. You can actually toggle off the line entirely if you want, or you can also change its position and scale. And then the line width is also adjustable. And guess what? You can also make it a nice rounded end as well for a completely different style. And of course, the color is easily adjustable as well. Now, the Mogart also gives you the ability to control the effects. So in the effects control panel, you can toggle on and off any effect that you want or don't want for any desired look. So you can toggle off the glow, the drop shadow, the noise, and the VHS effect, which, by the way, in the new version, you can also control the rotation of that. So yeah. Now, to use it in a similar way of how we did in After Effects, just drag it on top of your footage. Let me just drag in the footage here. And by the way, do not worry about the animation at all. It is completely flexible to how long or short you want it to be. You can just adjust the end and beginning of it however you want, and the animation will be there. And if you want a similar effect to how we did in After Effects, you can animate the opacity of your background as the animation starts. So let me just quickly add an opacity effect here. Then you can go to your text layer and adjust its blending mode. And you can also play around with the Mogart, you can play around with the blending modes, you can play around with all the settings. This is why I encourage you to use your own settings, because you can do many different things in this one Mogart alone. You can actually go from light to dark, you can really do whatever you want. And again, you can download this completely for free. Check the link in the description below, and thank you for watching.